What's going on, guys? My name is Juan, also known as Lost Knight, and welcome back to Dark Days. We'll rock the Watch Dragon Parma. You're probably wondering why we're back at this bonfire. So, funnily enough, when we got summoned, I had an issue with the recording, and it didn't record the entire time that I was the summon. And then when I arrived back in my world, I spawned at the bottom of the stairs, and the creepy crawlers that were there, they pretty much killed me right away. So don't be on your phone and play Dark Souls at the same time, because yeah. So we spawned back here. Unfortunately, we did not open the shortcut, so we're just gonna do a quick run back through the area. But it is gonna give us a little bit of time to talk about some stuff. And this run back is gonna be pretty quick, actually. Now that we have all the torches lit and we've explored most of the area, it's a pretty straight shot. So No Man's Wharf connected to Hyde's Tower of Flame, and then we also find that in the natural progression of this game, the progression of the levels, after you do No Man's Wharf, that's how you have access to the Lost Bastille. So you could take the Pursuer route, but that's kind of like an optional hidden thing. And you could fight the Pursuer and not know that you can sit at the Eagle's Nest. So usually most of the time you come through here, and you can see we're just tearing through these guys like nobody's business. Yeah, man. Match for me and my S stock, baby. But yeah, so this is how you usually get to the Lost Bastille. So it's an interesting connection. This is what I was talking about with Hyde, where the enemy placement, it didn't expand on the world building. Where here, you have this connection to this pirate cove and this ship that transports what I'm assuming are prisoners to the Lost Bastille. So it's pretty interesting, pretty cool little connection there. And then the boss of this area will actually confirm that connection. Plus a few other enemies, that these pirates are working in cahoots with the Lost Bastille. So it makes you wonder, what is the significance of that place? Who is the person that, or who is the power that, delegated for these guys to transport the prisoners to the Lost Bastille? I guess we're fat rolling. And I think it's a bit interesting. Now, something else we want to do in this area, got the Watch Dragon Parma. This shield looks pretty sick, but it also has another status effect, which it increases your item discovery, so it's pretty good for farming. If you look at the top left, besides the health bar, next to the 3 green arrows, we have that symbol with the serpent and the upwards arrow. So that actually means it increases your discovery. And now that we have the torch lit, you can see it disappeared. We're not going to bother with these guys. We're just going to run through. Having the Pharaoh's contraption active, it would push all of them into the house, and some of them would have that rage state and they would aggro. So we left it off on purpose so we can just run past them, man, because we're not trying to do that shit again. We're just trying to wrap this area up, you know what I mean? I still think these pirates have such a cool design. And let's see, I don't really want to go through the room. I don't really care for those souls that much. One thing about playing this game, we'll probably go this way. One thing about playing this game is you don't really want to be focused on your souls. It don't really matter that much. Say if you die and it's such a cool enemy. This guy, the design that he has. Yo, No way we just got that drop on the first try, dude. Hold on. We gotta check this out. Shadow Dagger, huh? And another mention of Mira, which is where our girl Lucatiel, where she's from. That's so cool, actually. That's a crazy drop. Those enemies are an addition, I think. They were in the vanilla game as well, but it was a new game plus thing. Now they added them here, which is cool. I mean, they're set drops. I think you can get it, and it's such a cool set. Before we do anything else, let me just get this shortcut open, just for good measure. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but cool that the enemy placement, when they take it into consideration, it actually expands on the world building. And here's a cool mechanic I want to show you guys. If you roll, it actually extinguishes the torch, which is a cool... Oh, maybe that was a bad idea. Oh man, I don't know how I'm still alive. Hold on. I need to focus right now. I'm getting a little bit distracted. Getting a little saucy. Run away. But yeah, enemy placement, expanding on the lore of the world. It's pretty cool. I think that's one way to these games. It's something unique to this game, is that the way that they tell the story and focus on world building is not as linear or direct to the player. It's a bit more passive, and it rewards the player for paying attention and for kind of just exploring, you know? I think this is... oh no. There was a NPC we were looking for in the room with the greatsword and the chest trap. I don't think we find him here. Oh, there we go. Gavlan. That's his name. That's Lonesome Gavlan. He actually has the selling mechanic. We're gonna get rid of some of these items that we have duplicated. Obviously, we're not we're not getting the price that we paid for them. You know what I mean? This is like real life Facebook Marketplace. And he actually sells some... we don't need 2 short swords. That's alright. He sells some pretty useful stuff too. Ring of Giants, poison arrows, and a few more poison items. Just gonna grab 1 poison moss. And yeah, we'll get this ring. Ring of Giants is the wolf ring from Dark Souls 1. So it increases your poise. And poise in these games is the attribute that prevents you from getting staggered after an enemy attack. So it's good because when you have a heavy weapon, you get iframes. So during your attack animation, you can still get hit, but you won't get stunned out of your attack. But when it comes to lighter weapons like the rapier that we are using, we don't get that many iframes during our attacks. So we can have our attacks be interrupted, which see the engine making these guys go crazy. And this is a different room. But yeah, so another attribute that increases your poise is your armor. There we go. So we can break this urn right here. And we got the poison moss for this exact reason. So wearing really heavy armor also increases your poise, but the Ring of Giants, or the wolf ring from the first game, it's a cool little alternative. Got a little treasure trove right here. But yeah, Nameless, Fading Soul, and nice. I believe this is another important item. Oh yeah, another really good ring, which is the Royal Soldier's Ring, which is the Havel's ring, basically. It increases your max equip load. So it's going to let us rock the Watch Dragon Parma, as well as some other stuff. Now, we also picked up a Fragrant Branch of Yore, which further confirms that the path you're supposed to take, the progression of this game, is usually Hyde's Tower of Flame, No Man's Wharf, Lost Bastille, and then something else we'll get after defeating the boss will also confirm that Fragrant Branch of Yore is given to you to help you go further into the world of the game. What I mean by that is some of the branches, they can be used to unlock NPCs. They can be used to unlock certain paths throughout the world, like the one in the aqueduct that we talked about last time. But this one in particular, it's being given to you for a very specific reason, which we will get to a bit later. First, we're gonna go talk to our man right here, who's just chilling, you know, he's just main character vibes on this dock.
I see. I am. I see.
He just called us dim. He's like, hey man, you're too stupid to talk to me. Go level up your intelligence. So he is Carillion, and he is the sorcerer merchant. So if you're rocking that intelligence build, he's your guy. He sells you the starting spells, and I think he also sells the Soul Spear spell, which is a pretty good, pretty powerful sorcery. And then here we have further confirmation that these pirates are working with the Lost Bastille because of this guy right here, this little pyromancer enemy, which we saw at the Lost Bastille when we went through that area. Nasty little combo right there. Now I've heard some theories the Lost Bastille is the undead asylum, actually, or one of the undead asylums. So pretty cool connection if that's pretty true. Makes you wonder why these guys are transporting people to the prison. Are they transporting undead? People that have gone hollow? What are the prisoners that they're keeping in the Lost Bastille, right? We know that the Lost Sinner, which is one of the main bosses, is there, but... And then another thing that we are doing is we are also going to try to complete a lot of the character quests on this playthrough. Because that's how you get some of their armor sets and some special items. So Lucatiel, we are trying to get her armor set, and I believe to complete it, we have to get her in 3 locations. We have to find her first, then we have to summon her, and then she has to survive the boss fight. So, yeah. Such a cool set. And I think you got her sword as well, which is a pretty cool sword too. So, come in handy later for another boss. Alright, so we're gonna put some dark on our weapon, just for the vibes. Here we have the Flexile Sentry, which is the main enemy, I guess, that confirms the connection to the Lost Bastille. I think their role is that they serve as a jailer of sorts, some sort of prison warden, and it's a pretty cool design. You know, you have the 2 halves, the Siamese halves, one wielding scimitars and the other maces. Just pretty cool. Usually one side will focus on you and the other will pretty much stay passive. So having a summon is pretty easy because you have one side attacking, you can just strafe to the back and deals some crazy damage, man. We're just tearing this guy up like it's nothing. Pretty cool. Yep. Pretty easy boss fight, I'd say. Alright. And the item we're about to pick up is it'll have a more important, or not more important, but a clearer connection later as to why they give you a fragrant branch of yore. So here, I believe this is the, yep, Pyromancy Flame and Fireball. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Dark Days. Probably going to call it here, and we'll pick it up next time.